Rick remote was our right parent button.
Okay, Simon, how you doing?
Hey, Gene, how you doing this morning?
Oh, not too bad. There's a lot of things that I'm not doing too good with, and that's with the politics. We talked about it last night, and I think these people deserve to know how we feel about this. You know, the issue of not having a speaker for our section of the room, that's the Republican side, is shameful. But to know that the Democrats are always supposed to be, at least they say they're organized. They're not. They're just illusional people that just uh, bull crap the people. That's what they do.
Gene, I see it this way. Okay, now we have what? 435 members of Congress.
Yeah, but how many of them really count? Go ahead.
This is the thing, okay, is that, yeah, so we don't have a Speaker of the House, but you know what? We have 435 people that were elected to make decisions for us.
And who were they elected for? The people.
Yeah, for the people. We the people.
Yeah.
And that's what we stand for. We the people. And I think that these politicians, these conservatives, they need to get their act together. If they can't lead, what do, Gene? Get the hell out of the way.
That's right. The Democrats speak so badly that the Republicans aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, but they're not doing half of the stuff that they're supposed to be doing. One thing is the issue with Ukraine. In the very beginning, Biden was going to supply them with everything. Then he just stalled. He's a person that doesn't want to bother with that type of group. He makes everything sound good in some ways if he can stay awake and not fall over his own feet. But he doesn't do nothing. I don't really think, and I don't have to say I don't think, I know that he's not the one running the show.
I'm in agreement with you, Jane. I mean, because, some of the stuff that comes out of that administration is just crazy. I mean, crazy, totally bizarre. You know what I'm saying? How can you have a group of individuals that are anti-American?
Anti-American, yeah. Well,
American.
that's a good point to bring out. You know what? The Constitution was well written. The oath of office was well written for the president and the congressional people. But in between that, it has a little saying. I can't quote it, but it talks about traitors. And the traitors are the congressional people that are signed with the enemy instead of doing their job as an American citizen and representing the United States of America.
I think it's a total embarrassment, okay, that the Republicans cannot get their act together. You know what I'm saying? I think yesterday I called my congressman and I told him, hey, listen, he voted for the speaker, okay, for Jordan. And I said, look, you tell your other friends that they need to get their act together. Otherwise, you know what? I'm going to lose. I'm not going to vote. If they get to that point where they cannot get their act together, I'm going to vote.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to see that our elected officials aren't standing all standing together as one. Again, too, you look at the Democratic Party; they stand together as one, no matter how bad they are, no matter how unpredictable they are, or how they like to just twist the words around to say that the Republicans aren't doing the job. But look at them. Look at the economy. Look at the way things are right now. Look at California, how much they're paying for gas. Look what's happening with the economy itself. And they still aren't doing the job. But yet they have a lot of balls to talk about the Republican Party. Now, the Republican Party should be doing what they're supposed to be doing, putting their heads together and standing together. All those that are running for president should get out of the way and let Trump come aboard. That's the way to do it. They by far aren't the ones that are running for president, other than Democrats, are going to get the votes.
No, you're right, Gene. You know, I believe in the American system. I believe in the ideal of people needing to be free without being oppressed. Okay, but
Yeah.
this country, look at what we have done. Okay, we're in a whole $34 trillion. Okay, and every day it escalates more and more and more. $34 trillion. All that money, all that money that we owe is money that we gave out. We're supporting the war here, there, and everywhere. You know, I mean, again, I believe in the system of democracy, but then again, what we're doing, we're buying democracy for other countries. If we're going to give them all the money they want, Ukraine, Israel, I mean, everybody has a right to be free, you know. But on the other hand, I mean, you know, during World War II, Gene, we were broke. This country was broke right before World War started. What, in 1939? Okay, and then in 1941, we entered the war. Wars are always good for the economy. Okay, but the thing again, remember, we got into a war and we had no money. So what did we do? We started selling war bonds to finance the war.
Mhm.
Okay, but this was money that people bought to support the war effort. Okay, well today, look at today. What do we? The government doesn't manufacture anything. They don't have anything to sell. All they have is the American people that supports the country. The welfare of this country is contingent on the taxes that we, the American people, pay every year. Okay, which means that the whole idea of the Constitution was that we, the people, that we would provide, we would levy taxes on individuals in order to support the welfare of this country. Okay, it wasn't meant to support the welfare of other countries. You know, we just can't be doing that. I mean, every day, you know, more and more $1 trillion.
Well,
We're gonna be
I gotta agree and disagree with you, like we always talk. You're right in a big way, but Ukraine could have been taken care of right away if Biden would have put his foot to the metal. But he didn't do that. He babied his way through. Sort of like hopefully that Russia would stop, please stop, don't do this, because I don't want to have a war. And he let Ukraine extend itself out. More money went out. Israel, he's stepping up to the plate, but I feel that he also has a handle on Israel when to do and when not to do it. Just yesterday, they just released a woman and her daughter from Masa,
Hamas.
Hamas itself. They released two people, but it doesn't matter to Biden how long he makes it extend the ability for Israel to win. Israel should just go win, and that's it. Let them do what they got to do. I know there's people going to be hurt. I know there's people that are captive, that are imprisoned by the enemy itself. But you know what? Let the people do the job and let them do it the right way.
Yeah, well, you know, in every war there's casualties. You know,
There's casualties, yeah. We've seen it in Vietnam.
war not casualties. Okay, you'll have innocent civilians and you have military people. You know, that lose their lives. Okay, and you know that's a given. But I mean, I'm in agreement with you. I think that I do not condone what was done. Okay, a terrible thing that was done. But again, these people have been fighting for years and years and years and years.
Absolutely, absolutely. Simon, you and I discuss national organization quite often, and we look at what's going on here. We, the people, are the ones that hire all these representatives in the House. I mean, they utilize the House of Representatives like as a zoo, like it's a circus. You ought to see like Cortez, Herrador, the guy that's in there, short sleeve shirt, looks like he's a piece of rag. You know, it's just disgusting. It's not a place that we honor itself anymore. Okay, but we have all these organizations, national organizations, that are just sitting back and doing nothing about it. I don't see them saying anything about the issue of how the Capitol is run. They don't say nothing about that. They should be stepping up to the plate with the rest of the veterans that care to do something. But they're sitting back. You're saying something, I'm saying something, that our other grassroots organizations saying something, but the national organizations aren't saying a damn thing. And I belong to about 7 of them, life members. They're not doing a damn thing. It's just like they overlook what we, the people, are supposed to be respected by our government. We can't have everything what we want, but at least they should be listening to us and try to do something instead of just ignore us each time. What do you say?
Well, the most of all these veterans organizations, if you have a charter, you're required to follow certain protocols. There's certain things you can and cannot do. Okay, if you go against the grain, they're gonna pull your charter. Okay, and that's what's wrong with some of these service organizations that are chartered by Congress. Okay, they're limited to what they can say. They're limited to their involvement.
Oh, okay, wait a minute. I'm the same way. You're the same way too. But we're speaking as veterans, not an organization. You and I to this morning are speaking as veterans. I'm not mentioning the organization we belong to. Okay.
No. And again,
but they should be doing the same thing too.
Oh yeah, I mean they should be doing the same thing. They should be. They took a constitutional oath as well. Every service organization, all the leaders, they take a second oath other than the oath they took when they joined the military. But they took an oath to fulfill the requirements or the needs of veterans. Okay, and they're not doing that. I mean, Congress, they represent everybody, but they represent veterans. Okay, because that's what says so in the Constitution. Okay, but I had a thought the other day, and with all this fighting that's going on, and all this ambivalence down in the Capitol, I told myself, you know what? And they talk about the people. I mean, I didn't ask me what my opinion was. So how can they say something that they speak for themselves, not for a lot of people? I think people are frustrated, just as we are, Gene, with what's going on in Washington, D.C. And again, the blame is on both parties. Okay, because now you have certain conservatives, okay, that are holding back, okay, and they're using the Democrats. The Democrats are going to win either way, regardless of if you cannot elect a speaker unless you have the consensus of all the Republicans. Although they would have enough, I think they have enough. They might be lacking some because they have the majority of the House, but still, the Democrats, they want somebody they can manipulate.
Oh yeah. You know what they're good at? Let me give you a welfare check. Let me give you something free, and we're really good. And in turn, they stab their own people in the back.
Oh yeah.
That's funny. People like getting stabbed in the back. Now, I'm not saying that the Republican Party doesn't do things that aren't kosher, but I mean, we've seen it in black and white and color that the Democratic Party sticks it to you, and your own party, you're saying, hey, give me another one, stick it to me deeper. Why?
Yeah.
Why they do this? Because they play this game like a football game. No matter how bad they are, we're going to win. We're going to stick together. It's an illusion of sticking together. It's not a realistic thing of we the people. It's an illusion about we the people to them.
Yeah, well, I see it this way, Gene, that somehow along the way through the years, okay, we got evicted from the House of the people.
Yeah.
So we don't have any leadership in Washington, D.C. All we have is a bunch of retards, okay, the radical liberals, okay, and they're running this country to the ground.
Hey, stop right there, running to the ground. There's rainbow flags in the House of Representatives. 3 years ago, they were on left and right. It's like, let's put the rainbow flags instead of the MIA flag. When I asked Cortez's office, why do you get that flag hanging there? It says, oh, we like to change it every now and then. Well, the House wasn't made to change it every now and then. It's to represent the people that serve this country, the people that are missing, to honor that. That's what this whole place is all about. But not no more. Now they have all kinds of different flags, and who allows it? The President of the United States, not we the people. They leave these flags hang all over the place for one reason. Well, if I hang rainbow flags, they're going to come into my office and I'm going to get more votes. If I hang this flag over here of a communist country, they're going to come here and talk to me, and we'll get a vote from them. Oh, they'll do exactly what we want done. Omar, she hates the Jews. At least that's my opinion. Look at them that were out there protesting, dishonoring their position as representative and supporting the bad boys. Water, she lets the flags burn in front of her office. That's okay, because that's freedom. Yeah? Well, you know what? You don't sound too good as a representative when you allow this to happen, and you don't stop it. I get pissed. I could spit all day long to what the freaking Democrats are doing to the House of Congress and the Senate. I just saw Schumer say he's going to go to Israel and blah, 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 blah. Well, this is the first time that I actually seen him do something, but also too, I wonder how sincere he really is. Is he just trying to please the people?
Yeah, well, I mean that's what they do. I mean that's what politicians do. They're there to appease. Okay, this is the thing that really pisses me off, right? Is this? Okay, here we have a group, a small minority group, not even just a handful, okay, of individuals that they cater, and they caved into a whole bunch of individuals, that think that they should have all the laws in their hand, and the hell with the law with the American people. The gay flag is what it is. I mean, and what I think at one time, one of the beautiful things you could see in nature was the rainbow. Well, now that rainbow has been disgraced.
Yeah,
because it's been as a color of a movement that is anti-Christian.
yeah. That's funny. It's funny. They hung, they hung a rainbow flag in one of the VA hospitals. I forgot what state that was. It was up there for X many hours until we spotted it, and we started complaining about it. Then they pulled it down. They took the MIA flag, they left the American flag up, and they put the rainbow flag right below it. That's a failure of government, a failure of the VA. Again, too, I walked into my VA in Rochester, and they had this little flag in a cup, a rainbow flag. And I'm saying, what's that flag all about? The lady on the other side says, oh, I didn't do it. I don't know. So why is that flag there? They finally took it off.
You make it
please people. That's it. Wait a minute. You know how you go in the supermarket and everything's laid out, because the more they put it in difficult areas, the more they're going to have people going to that area to look, see what kind of new products they got.
Yeah.
They create a way of getting people in an area to buy something that they don't want. It's like a magnet.
Gina, you make a good point. Okay. Now the point is this. The way I see it, I mean, you and I, we believe in doing the right thing. Okay. And we see something wrong, we try to correct it. The problem is a lot of veterans, okay, they don't think they have a need to step up, okay, and say something. And if you're a veteran and you gave part of yourself, the life of your friends, your family, okay, and to be disgraced by this kind of movement and this kind of behavior, I think it's just crazy. You know, it's not respectful, and I think it's not American either. You know, we're a country of many cultures, but we only have one culture that we take allegiance to, and that's the American flag. Okay.
And one God.
And one God. Well, one God that represents a whole bunch of other denominations. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But one God. And anyway, so, but yeah, but you know, Gene, this is something that's not new. Everything is going on today is something that started right a little bit after the end of World War II. You know that?
It's called marketing.
It's been accumulating.
Yeah, marketing, accumulating, marketing.
Well, it's like a psychology. It's all psychology. The illusion of truth is a psychological apparatus. Okay, and then when you had colleges like the University of Chicago, when they were teaching, it was the time it was community organization. Okay, but it was using the Selalinsky Marxist theory concept of organizing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this was being taught. I mean, way back when I had this friend of mine that went to that school, that class, schooling, and this going back, what, 20, 30, 40 years ago, where they allowed communistic viewpoints to be practiced in universities. Most of all these Ivy League universities, for the most part, they allow this thing to happen. They allow I mean, this is where they're protesting all these pro-Palestinian ideas, you know, that, you know, they're asking for
ideology,
a ceasefire, whatever, you know, but the university, the leadership is lacking the enough tenacity to stop these individuals. I know they talked about maybe censoring these individuals, okay, kick them out of school. See, if they don't believe in the American system, if they don't believe in the American flag,
kick them out.
Go back to where you came from.
The same thing with representatives. Kick them out. Out.
You know, we talked about term limits, and I forgot someone told me one time, I heard it on the radio or the TV, is that, you know what, we do have term limits. Okay, it happens every 2 years, every 4 years. And if term limits is that if someone's not doing their job, okay, it's time to kick them out. We determine the fate of their re-elections. Okay, but the thing is, you have too much money. You know how much it costs nowadays to run a campaign?
Yeah.
I mean, they collect billions of dollars. Yeah. Where does that money go to, Gene? You know where that money goes to? It goes to the media, the left media. They're playing both sides.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They decide whose ad they're gonna buy, whose ad they're gonna sell, how long it's gonna be, and whatever. It's a media. But they spend millions of dollars. And you know where that money comes from? Some of it from donors. Okay, Trump always played both sides. I don't blame Trump because, you know, he knew that somebody was going to win, right? So he betted on both sides like most gamblers do, you know?
Mm-hmm. But, you know, the whole thing is he fooled a lot of people, too. We might say that Trump has faults, but you know what? He's done a lot better than Obama. He's done a lot better than Clinton. He's done a lot better than who's this guy now? Biden.
Yeah, you know Ellen West, right? Remember when we met Ellen West?
Yeah.
Okay, and he was out of Georgia, right?
Yeah.
So when he got into his re-election, he got beaten by a Democrat, right? Now all the funding for those campaigns that are having to do with liberals and conservatives, okay, that money comes only from a couple of sources. Okay, that would be the Koch brothers or the Soroses, and all these people that they want to see the downfall of this country. Okay, why would anyone take money from someone that wants this country to fail? Right. Can you answer that for me?
No, I could only say the Democrats going hooray for the Democrats. we're taking over this country and we're going to make it the way we want to make it, not the way it should be, not the way our forefathers brought this notion of a constitution and the meaning of patriotism. It has to be so it fits every communist party so that everybody can be happy. And while that's happening, our economy goes down. Our country is shot to hell. We got representatives in there that are wasted and they should be fired all. We should be the ones firing these people. Our complaint should be going in to the president of the United States and saying, hey, look, we don't want this guy here. We don't want this woman there anymore. Her image of a representative is nothing more than a traitor.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, those kind of individuals, they need to be weeded out, okay, and kicked out of Congress. You know, the thing is that, like, the thing is that there's so much wokeness. You know, we can't do it because it discriminates and against women or whatever. Yet you have all these men and women in sports that were designed for women or designed for men. They weren't designed for anybody else.
No.
The man's a man.
Yeah.
If you're gonna compete, you're gonna compete.
Well, if you can determine what a man is, you know, what is a man and what is a woman, you know, we got to talk about that. You know, we don't know anymore. You know, it's going to be the day where excuses are like, hey, I'm a man and I want to be the first one to have an abortion. That was in the news. But anyways, let me go back to this one thing here. The conflict that we've seen day in and day out on the TV and the news, it's a marketing thing. I don't know if I should say it's for politics to serve the conservative or serve the Democratic Party or the independent or the socialist, but it's a killer for people that every day they had to see this on TV from the beginning of the conflict in Ukraine and the beginning conflict in Israel. Not that we shouldn't see some of it, but they kept on feeding it. You know, is there a reason for all of this?
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is that
Janelle is telling me it's almost time.
You know, all these changes, Gene, that have occurred in the last few years.
Button to activate, press space bar. Zoom meeting 40-minutes. Meeting tools.
It was the idea of the liberals.
Yep. I think we got to bow out of here for right now. Thank you so much, Simon. Hopefully that we can send this video out and hopefully somebody will take a wink at it and do something about it, especially our veterans organization that they mean so much. They're the great patriotism people. They should be standing out there complaining. They don't have to talk about their organization. Talk as grassroots people. Thank you so much, Simon. And to everyone, Semper Fi.
All right. Talk to you later.